Hello everyone, my name is Katina. Today I'm here with Michael Leander. He is an international marketing expert. A lot of people spend their spare time in Facebook, but does this make this channel of communication a good one? Do really people pay attention to advertisements in Facebook?
Yes, they do pay attention, and they're more likely to pay attention, for example, to a brand where they feel there's a connection, whether it's a fashion retailer where they purchase something at some point or whatever it may be. If we then look at those who have not yet given money to the brand, they also pay attention, but the quality of that engagement depends hugely on continuation of the relationship. And unfortunately, what happens on Facebook is very often non-customers are sort of smitten by a campaign. So they interact with that campaign for 2 seconds, for 20 seconds, for 2 minutes. But after that, they're gone. Now they're busy interacting with another campaign. And does that leave a mark? Does that somehow get that brand into the mind box of that person? I'm a skeptic. I doubt it. I doubt it has effect because it's going on so many times every day, right? If it was once a week, you might remember it longer. But we interact with so many campaigns on a weekly basis, I'm pretty sure we forget most of them. So the hard part here is to leverage channels like Facebook in a way that initiates a relationship, because that's what people want. Sex on the first date is unfortunately not so popular anymore. I don't know if it was in Bulgaria. I'm from Denmark. We're pretty liberal. Now people want the dating process. They want that relationship before they make a decision to buy.
What type of content should we use to engage the audience in Facebook?
Imagine the customer's journey. So a customer has a need, and from the need arises until such time when the decision is made, there's certain pieces of information that the customer would want. So our job as marketers is actually to figure out what are the pieces of information, over which period of time do we need to serve up this information, make it available, and make sure the information is relevant for each stage of the customer's journey. The restaurant example would be somebody searches on Google, Great Asian Restaurant in Sofia, for example. And so we need to present ourselves in that search engine to be found. Then when the customer comes to the restaurant's website, they need to understand what would the customer want to know at this point in time. And they might want to know about the menu, the setting, the ambience, what kind of people go there, when are they open, and so on and so forth. So we need to provide all that information. So mapping out the customer journey and then delivering content. That's the hardcore part. The other part is making it fun, engaging, interesting. The last thing I want to say about that is relevancy. As long as it's relevant to you, if I want to communicate with you, I can communicate with you as often as I want and for much longer time if you find it relevant, interesting, and meaningful to you. If you don't, you're going to skip me like that and move on to somebody else who can provide some relevant and interesting information to you.
Okay, but a lot of companies have tried to build a huge audience in Facebook just to have a bigger reach, and they have shared some content like pictures, fun information. Should we consider this a good move or not?
Again, very relevant that you asked this question, because that is an issue. In my opinion, my personal opinion is that when you're using OPC, other people's content, or content that is just fun, whether it's pictures or video or whatever it is, you do that only once in a while. And you use that content, in particular if it's not relevant to the brand or the situation or the customer's needs, you use it only once in a while to increase the engagement rate. Does that make sense? Because engagement rate for a platform like Facebook is incredibly important because it decides the percentage of people who will actually see the message. So low engagement means very few, like 4–8% of your audience will see the message. High engagement could mean as much as 30%. My opinion is that we got to stay true to why we're there. We got to stay true to why our audience is there. And that usually means that we have to talk about things that relate somehow to the brand, the products, the services that is offered. So the short answer to this question would be no. Use other people's content and fun and irrelevant content only once in a while. And when you do, choose the winners. Choose content that had worked elsewhere, because very likely it's going to work for you as well. And you use it to increase your engagement rate. And when it's increased, that's when you put in the more relevant content.